Novak Djokovic struggled in brutal conditions while competing. A heat rule will be officially implemented on the ATP Tour. Starting from 2026, there was chaos at this year's Shanghai Masters as players struggled in the brutally hot and humid conditions. Novak Djokovic vomited on the court multiple times during the tournament, while Jannik Sinner retired due to severe cramping. Holger Rune and Matteo Berrettini were among those calling on the ATP to step in and take action. Tennis bosses have now listened, and the men's circuit will follow the WTA Tour in using the wet bulb globe temperature (WBGT) to determine when different cooling measures can be taken, even going as far as to suspend play altogether in extreme heat, applying to best-of-3 set singles matches on the ATP Tour. When the WBGT reaches 30.1 degrees Celsius or higher during the first 2 sets, players can ask for a 10-minute cooling break between the second and third sets. Either player may request the break, and when requested, it applies to both players. During the 10-minute break, players are permitted to utilize cooling measures, hydrate, change clothing, shower, and receive coaching. Under the supervision of ATP medical staff, when the WBGT exceeds 32.2 degrees Celsius, play will be suspended altogether. A match will continue until the completion of the current game or tiebreak, and the supervisor will suspend play on all outdoor courts simultaneously. Outdoor practice sessions will also be halted during a suspension in play. Players will be moved to locker rooms or cooling zones and will continue to be monitored by ATP medical staff. Play will resume when the WBGT has dropped below 30.1 degrees Celsius for 20 minutes, the ATP said. The new heat rule provides a structured, medically supported approach to managing extreme heat, with the objective of safeguarding player health while also improving conditions for spectators, officials, ball persons, and tournament staff. Players renewed calls for a heat rule during the Shanghai Masters in October. When the conditions wreaked havoc during matches, there were 7 retirements in the first 3 rounds. While several players had their vitals checked mid-match. At the time, Rune, who reached the quarterfinals in Shanghai, said, "I think there should be some kind of rule. We can handle a certain amount of heat because, we are fit, we're strong, we're mentally strong as well, but there's always a limit. I think it's also important to take care of your health. We need to survive," Matteo Berrettini argued, when conditions are so extreme. The ATP needs to do what the Grand Slams did, introduce a heat rule or something similar. And Giovanni Pericard said he thought he was dying on the court when he beat Taylor Fritz on a brutally hot day.